Ready?
Ready.
And first car.
Oh, thank God it's something good.
This is definitely something good.
1970 911T with a Super Tech 3.4 liter engine with RSR style bodywork and a 5-speed.
Coupe.
And it's a coupe. And it's sold for $118,000,
Oh.
which seems cheap.
That does seem cheap.
And it's so many cool colors and race car things.
Well,
So who's Super Tech?
I think it's a shop.
Right.
915 gearbox, grade wheels. Non-sunroof 911T.
how race car-y is that on the inside?
We'll find out here in a second.
Yeah.
Because I don't have much interest in them as race cars, but as a car, oh,
Oh, so when I got you, don't I?
I like it. And I like the sort of sparseness of the dashboard area.
Yeah.
It's an okay steering wheel.
It's good steering wheel. Green tartan. I know how to get it.
I don't care for
sorted.
the race stickers and the multiple colors on the outside, if I'm honest, but whatever.
Think that thing's gonna be a blast.
It's got heat.
Oh, look at that picture.
I like the wheels. I don't care for the green and red.
Yeah, I'm usually not a fan of the mismatched bumpers and stuff, but I like it on this.
What do you mean mismatched bumpers?
Well, the painted that's like two-toned and three-toned and whatever.
And the roof has at least two colors on it.
Yeah, but I think they did a good enough job to make it convincing.
Yeah, I don't like that about it. I like pretty much everything else about it.
Tell you what, I like it without all of the stickers.
Yeah.
But even with the colors on the bumper and the roof.
If I had to pick one, I'd keep the colors and get rid of the stickers.
Yeah.
I'd just leave it all.
I think that looked pretty good as sort of a race car that never quite got finished look.
I mean, assuming those stickers are pretty easy to peel off, I guess. I really don't like that green.
Really?
But, I mean...
It looks like a Porsche color.
I just don't like it with the silver. It's a small gripe. It's a small area.
I guess those are just all decals.
I really do like those wheels.
Yeah. They look decal-y. It looks like maybe fiberglass flares. Some of them aren't the nicest.
Got a little bit of...
Yeah.
The wheels have kind of a magnesium color.
Clear, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. You think those are original headlights? They look old. I do like the Scotch, sort of the Scotch tape tartan.
Yeah.
Which is not my favorite tartan, but I think it looks pretty good there.
Have to be a skinny little fellow to drive that thing.
Yeah.
What's the there's like a strip on the inside of the door.
It's the handle to open it.
The latch to open it.
Oh, you just pull that and...
Yeah.
Huh.
It looks like it's been used, which is cool.
Well, the door handle, or the window handle, has definitely been used.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a fresh build.
Is that like a steel strip?
Where?
No,
The-
it's
the-
like a leather strap.
The door handle.
No, leather.
What's the red light for?
Oil pressure, usually.
It's just a big red, your oil pressure is low.
Yeah.
Mark, stop the car.
Yeah.
If that comes on, you've got 15 seconds before it blows up,
Sure.
kind of thing.
Um, I don't see a whole lot to dislike on here.
Yeah.
I don't see
Stickers.
anything. And I think for
Little rust there.
is it?
Yeah,
I think.
looks like it.
It almost looks like a little
Zoom,
damage
enhance,
from impact.
Yeah, it looks like someone poked
enhance,
it with a chisel.
enhance.
It looks like rust over there.
It's weird they did the wheel wells in the front
Yeah,
and forgot about the middle.
Yeah, I'll bet you that's a lot of fun to drive.
all right. Well,
And
I think
for
that
120, less than 120,
seems like a good price for a hot rod 911.
seems like a deal. There's no driving video from Avant Garde.
Yeah, it's driving audio. It's probably gonna sound like a 911.
Yep, sounds like a 911.
That's just the biggest idiot light ever. I kind of love it. It's not. It's not bad driving
No.
video, but it's not particularly compelling.
I mean, it's moving along pretty fast.
He's hustling, I think.
Yeah, just doesn't really look like it.
It sounds like the mic's inside the car on this one. Most of his are out back. Looks like it handles well.
Yeah, I'm a yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Next.
Next.
Oh, can you tell it's me again? Another Porsche. A 1976 914. With a twin plug 2.8. I don't know what a 7R is.
Unplug 7R.
Well, that makes two of us, possibly three.
That is a shuffle pin 7R case.
Yep.
Shuffle pin?
Shuffle pinned.
It's got Potter rods.
What is it?
Does.
It's got Potter.
Potter.
I thought you said powder.
They might be powder.
I think that's kind of early for that.
I don't think it came that way. If it did, it would have sold for
Are
way
you
more than
saying
57.
powdered metal rods?
Yeah.
No. Pauter.
It's just funny that there's a
Became
company
actually powdered metal.
that sounds like that.
I picked this because it just looks like a fun little driver.
And it's a 914.6, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have the flares or nothing, but
It says it's got flared fenders.
but it's not the
Not the GT
not the box
flares.
flares.
Yeah. Looks really nice.
Yeah,
I think it's good looking.
the paint's nice.
I think the keeping the Fuchs on it is the thing to do. Or putting them on, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice little old car.
I think that's a good example of that. I'm not particularly moved by those in general. And I don't know if I'd want to spend a lot of money on it.
I don't know what a 7R is.
I wonder
It
if
must
7R
have
case
some.
is the magnesium one.
Yeah, maybe it's something. It's got to mean something expensive. If you know what a 7R case means, internet, comment in the section below.
Looks magnesium?
Doesn't look like magnesium.
I think it does.
It kind of looks magnesium-y.
No heat.
It looks old.
Do not strike with hammer.
It's a starter.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need
But
to.
what if it's not working?
Can't make it worse, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps you're supposed to strike it with the Porsche approved starter striker tool.
Adjustable sway bars. That's a nice little daily, or
I
not
guess my
daily,
only
but
question would
nice
be
little hot rod.
57,000.
Yeah, it seems kind of high. That's what I was wondering. It got to have something to do with the 7R thing, maybe. I don't know.
I don't either.
Unless it was an original 6. But
It's an MFI engine.
yeah, I would
Or unless
imagine
it's
it would
got
go for more than that.
MFI on it. Yeah, looks like somebody built a nice little hot rod 914 before everything got crazy expensive.
Yeah.
I think I'm a no for the money.
Yeah,
For the money, I don't know. I mean, 914s are getting kind of
yeah,
more expensive nowadays.
But they just
it's not actually a 914.6.
and they
Sure, I
don't
get
really
that.
appeal to me.
I like a good
I
914.
do think that's a good looking car.
I like how they tuck the tires.
Yeah. I don't know. 57.5.
It's kind of pricey.
It's kind of pricey. I'm a maybe.
Next.
Next.
Ooh,
Oh boy, now we're talking.
that's got Trans Am hood scoop.
92 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe track car,
CCW
Which does
wheels.
not have chrome wheels.
right? Sold for $15,300.
That seems cheap.
I could have just bought this instead of building
You
mine.
could have.
Would you have probably had more points then?
I would have, because this has got a little hotter engine and
Way nicer wheels.
yeah, way nicer wheels.
Well, they don't charge you for the wheels, do they?
No,
But I think they would charge you for this. Looks like it.
Brian wouldn't be able to fit in this,
Nope.
but I would.
Yep.
And the cage is fairly nice. I mean, it's not hokey. It's got AccuSub, that would be points. Yeah, I mean, it's got that.
Okay.
It's got a fuel cell.
A Super Victor intake.
High rise intake. What is up with that?
What?
That wheel.
The wheel?
That's very different.
It's the
It's
same
the
wheel.
same wheel.
They're gold colored.
Huh?
The centers are gold.
This wheel?
He's got a spare set of those that come with the car.
It looks like that has a huge amount of
It's the same wheel.
rim versus center.
Don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's the same wheel.
Same wheel.
It looks different.
Oh. Yeah, he's right. The centers of these are bigger. Maybe.
That looks proportional, and that other one looks
I don't think so.
disproportional.
Maybe not. That
They're
does
just
look
a
like
different color.
There's
that
like
does look like a smaller center.
3 inches of stuff around the outside. Sorry.
The hell was that?
That was me knocking something over and then trying to reach it.
You knocked something. You kidding me? Huh. You knocked something over.
It's
Huh?
the first time tonight.
Yeah. You haven't been here in a couple weeks. You've been saving it up.
Ooh, nothing but the best.
Yeah. Top of the line G-Force.
I guess maybe that could be a reason why mine's a little more expensive.
It's also got the old plastic
That's
passenger
just for
seat.
the passenger. They're worthless anyway.
That's true.
Passengers?
Yep.
Well, that could be ballast.
The cage looks pretty bubblegummy. Look at these welds here.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Your
yeah,
cage is way nicer than
way
that.
nicer. But I mean, the layout is,
Yep.
it's MIG together. Mine's tigged.
Well, I'm a no.
Oh, what's going on there?
Interesting. Sweet.
Ah.
You didn't do what I did.
No, definitely did not do what you did.
That seems way easier.
But is it better?
I don't know if that's easier.
Yeah, you just go, yeah, because the frame's right there.
Um,
Pretty sure those gauges are from Jegs.
because they say Jags on them.
I didn't see Jegs, but I saw ProComp.
Well, lots of places sell
They
these.
sell ProComp stuff.
That's autometer.
Hmm?
Those are autometer gauges.
I have a better hood strut thing. Maybe. Oh, that's what that scoop's for. The carburetor.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that, I mean, that's got I think a fairly expensive carburetor. It's got a Super Victor intake, which is like 8,500 RPM intake.
Really?
Yeah, it's got full length headers.
Is that an 8,500 RPM engine?
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. It just says it's a 5.7 liter that was
Right.
rebuilt.
Yeah.
It doesn't really say anything about the engine.
Because by default, that's not an 8,500 RPM engine, I don't think.
Oh,
It's
no.
got Coleman rotors on it,
$7,000 maybe?
which you need to do, Bear.
What do I need?
Coleman rotors.
Right.
Okay.
An alignment. Did that have any control arm stuff going on? I didn't see.
I was just trying to see if there's any engine
Right.
stuff.
I don't see anything other than just
Gaskets, yeah.
bolt-on stuff.
Huh.
Hubs,
Yeah.
rotors.
Some rotors.
Ooh.
Some new rotors.
Hmm.
Ah. Huh.
It used to be a surprisingly familiar maroon.
That's just red.
It's just red.
Is it red?
Yeah. I was at the Glen.
Yeah. I think these are all World Challenge. And there's the Viper,
Right. Yeah, Trans Am,
Trans Am, and 911.
Mustang.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right.
Cool car. 15 grand. I'm in.
I mean, yeah. I guess even if you had to redo some of the cage,
Yeah.
Nope.
still cheap. All right. Next.
Next.
Ooh, this is for the German nerds out here. '73 BMW 2002 with an S14 engine and a 5-speed transmission.
Is this for nerds that are German or
German car nerds.
German car nerds?
Look at this. Nice, dainty little car, unsuspecting from the outside.
What's the S14 out of?
How dare you?
I can't remember this stuff.
You have to remember this stuff. What do you think it's out of?
I'm gonna guess it's out of a M3 from the E30 era,
That's correct.
but maybe the beginning of it, not the end of it.
It's all the same.
We're the
There you
same.
go.
Look at
So
it.
there's an S14 sitting out in your driveway.
That's correct.
Fair enough.
Look at that. I bet that thing is a blast to drive.
Well, I imagine that car weighs a whole lot less than an M3 E30.
Yep. And has smaller tires.
Certainly narrower.
Yep.
Yeah. But look at it. It looks like a happy little puppy dog
It
that
does.
wants to go play fetch.
And I like those. I don't care for that color.
I love that dog.
I like that color. Yeah.
And it's an early one.
Especially on those. I think it looks good on a 2002.
What
Yeah.
year or what? How much?
I forget how much
It was bid to 40. Which I guess I'm going to say is cheap.
Oh, it didn't sell.
Yeah, I don't know what those go for.
Well, I think,
I mean, that looks like a really, really nice one.
yeah,
And then they did that to it.
right. And I think some engines have sold on here for like 15 or 20 grand.
And that came with like a what, 1.8 liter or something.
That would have had a 2-liter
A 2 liter.
M10.
Straight 4,
Mhm.
which, even though it's almost as big, is probably making nothing near the same amount of power.
As the S14?
Yeah.
Correct.
Being both older and also just intended as a commuter.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Were there many shots of the inside? Or no? Next. I like it. I want it.
I might know, I think.
I think
I
I'm
think it's
a
cool, but-
yes. Next.
1987 Yamaha Big Wheel 350. I like
Holy shit.
I like those.
$12,000.
I have a TW 200, which is kind of its brother.
Eric had one of those.
Eric had many of the parts of one of those.
He had all the parts to one of those.
Although I think his was a 200, not a 350.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
So would that have been a small block?
Yeah.
I think it's the same. It's just different jug.
Oh, here we go again.
I think it literally is the same bottom with a different jug on it. I like those, and I want one of those. I would not spend
For
that much on. I would not spend that
$12,000?
much on one of those. I think my cutoff is about 6
$6,000?
for a nice one.
Yikes.
But it's been a long time since I've seen one on anywhere, especially here, and so I selected it. I'm a no at that price, but I'm a yes in general.
It's cool for like $1,200.
It'd probably be, yeah, it's probably also cool, not that nice. Ooh, I like the gold wheels better.
That's funny. They've got more than one.
That
Or
means,
they
that
invent-
means this is the good one.
Or they and their neighbor have them. I don't know.
Yeah, those are cool. Even the 200 is cool.
The 200 would be perfectly sufficient for me. I think I like them. I would never spend that much.
That's a lot of money.
It is
definitely a no at 12
It is the
grand.
350, which
Yeah.
is
You could almost
rarer,
buy a C4 Corvette race car.
which I would not want.
Well,
All right. Next.
You might as well say you could almost have syphilis for that. 2003 Audi TT Roadster 225 Quattro 6-speed. Those are growing on. Well, I've always liked those, but they're kind of growing on me again. And that one is
Wow.
absolutely gorgeous on the inside. And I think that's a pretty good price.
I was wondering what that little spoiler was on the front. The Leon Cupra.
Huh. Got some nice little modifications on it, too.
Yeah. Does that have the baseball glove?
It is. I think it's redder than that, and I don't remember seeing the baseball stitches.
It's
Oh,
a
it's got
baseball
baseball
glove.
stitches.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that interior a lot. I like the outside color with it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good price. It's 225, six
Oh, it's
speed.
$12,000. The
It's not
same price as a two-wheeled thing you
well,
liked.
different application,
Same
but
thing.
I would be completely willing to own that and use it as my
This you don't
Sunday
even need to
car.
wear a helmet.
You could.
Yeah, but you don't need to. This is way better. It's got the good wheels.
Yeah. See anything not to like about that?
I mean, I would prefer it in a dark blue or a dark green over the black, but I'm not complaining about the black. And I really do like that interior a lot.
Yeah.
And it seems like somebody has taken good care of it.
Which is somewhat rare with TTs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like 12 grand is a little high for a TT of that
It's
era.
a lot high for a TT, but
But that one's really nice.
most of them are pretty rough.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
So I'm a yes on this. In a
Well,
real world sense that I might, if I saw that, just go sign me up.
Soren, I'm a yes on that one too.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm a yeah.
I think 12 grand is a fair price.
Next. 1937 Cord 812 supercharged Phaeton. I don't know anything about this car other than that I like the way it looks.
Well, I think you own the appropriate things to be able to drive this car.
What do you mean?
You have a pipe?
Tommy gun.
I do own a Tommy gun and pipes.
Yep.
Both.
There you go.
Tweed hat.
Several, yeah.
Yep.
So why don't you have one of these?
Yeah.
I don't have $218,000.
Why?
And I think that's a badass color. It's
So I
kind
think these are Lycobing engines with
Okay.
a supercharger. And I think they're front wheel drive.
I
Yeah.
believe you are correct.
I think the 812 is front wheel drive. Yep.
I mean, that's a pretty okay interior as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's old timey.
It's unoffensive.
Did they do a boat tail version of that? Or is that a different Cord?
That's a different cord,
Okay.
but it is a cord.
Aluminum cylinder heads in 1937 seems pretty progressive.
Got transverse leaf spring.
I
Does.
accept. I accept that in 1937.
That's Corvette suspension.
20, 30 years later, 40 years
It's
later,
got
50 years later.
pre-selector gearbox too. That's kind of neat.
What?
The pre-selector gearbox.
Oh.
So you put it in gear and then
Yep.
when you clutch it,
When
does
you
the
clutch, it
things?
shifts.
Well, I'm just saying, if I had the money, I'd have it. Because I think it looks good.
Definitely looks good.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. It's not the sort of thing you see every day, shape-wise. And,
God, I didn't know those were still so expensive.
well, they're not making any new ones.
Yeah, but
They make replicas.
And you know what? I like metal dashboards.
The dashboard's cool.
Don't bounce
Yeah.
your face off of it. You shouldn't have to make a dashboard so that your face can bounce off of it safely.
a teensy little pre-selector.
Yep.
On the little shifter thing on the dashboard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. It's off the column.
Column.
Yeah, well, it's not mechanically, I don't think, doing anything, right?
Uh-uh.
It's just telling it to do it.
Yeah.
I like the gauges. I like the engine turning.
That's awesome. Dog leg gearbox. See that?
Lights, gas, choke. What does that say?
Instruments.
Instruments. Does the gas like turn on the fuel pump?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Headlamps.
There's your headlights.
Turn down.
There's your
The
stereo.
speaker.
Make sure it's stereo and not there's your mono.
Well, that's your stereo system. It's just a mono system. Suicide doors.
Which I'm not broadly a fan of, but
Absolutely a fan.
I'll accept them in that case.
Yeah, you need suicide doors. How else are you gonna shoot your Tommy gun?
A big cast iron bracket to hold your tire in.
That weighs as much as your tire.
Right.
Are those side pipes?
I don't think they go down the side in a visible manner. Those are just going from the engine area to the outsidey bits of the car, briefly being outside. So no, those are not side pipes.
That's a supercharger.
That's crazy. I mean, that seems early for a supercharger. I know they existed, obviously, but
Yeah, that's pretty neat. It's a lot of money, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
if I had that money, I would have it.
Yes, I think.
I'm gonna go no.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
too much. If it was like 115.
I know this is boring, but I like the Acties, and this is a Subaru, and I'm supposedly a Subaru fanboy, so I picked it.
No, you are a Subaru fanboy.
There you go.
Right. There's no
Sold for $6,000. I'd have it for $6,000. I would change the steering wheel.
what?
What? I thought you liked wood grain.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh God, how do you work on that thing?
With some difficulty.
You just cut all those hoses and get to whatever you get to.
So you need to sort of chisel your way in.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Sure.
I'd have it for that money.
Honda's probably better.
Maybe.
Oh, engine's out back.
Weird.
It's got a fart can on it.
No turbo?
No turbo.
Huh.
We can go next.
Yeah, we're doing that.
I'm a yes, you're both
Heck.
no's. All right. Who picked that? Did I pick that? I think I did. 2001 BMW 740i Sport. I like 7 Series. That's black. Maybe they only came that way. I don't know. That's the sport version, which is going to make it better. Right? And it's pretty cheap. So I picked it. I like it. I like the wheels.
I think it's a great car, Soren. You picked very well. It's got M parallels.
It's got a little bit of wood in it, which is unfortunate, but you know,
What?
win some, lose some.
I like wood.
Yeah, I thought you liked wood.
I do like wood.
That's even real wood.
I don't like it in cars that are more recent than, say, 1930. Maybe 1940.
Yeah, and all these rules. It's hard to keep them straight. Now, Mason would differ, but I'd like a long wheelbase one.
I generally prefer the long wheelbase.
I think I'd prefer a short sport because
It's sportier.
I'm driving it.
Are you?
If I had somebody driving me, I'd probably prefer the long wheelbase.
Just a good looking car.
It's a good looking
I do
car.
think the long wheelbase looks pretty cool.
And can also be had in an armored variant.
think they all could.
Yeah, you could probably armor a short.
I think that would kind of ruin the sportiness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Car.
to James Bond.
Was it cheap?
12 grand,
12?
11 and a half, something like that.
11,000.
That seems like a reasonable
All of his
price.
cars are like 12 grand, same as a bicycle with big wheels on it.
They're all 12 grand. That one was 218.
Wow. Multiply 12 grand by X amount. You
So I'm a
get
yes.
218. I'm a yes.
Yeah.
All right, next.
It's an easy yes.
Ooh. What in the hell is that?
That's amazing. Yep.
XJ13 replica by Predator Performance.
That's good looking.
Owned by your favorite character,
Your favorite, person,
Me?
I guess.
I don't know who that is.
John Cena.
I still don't know who that is.
Oh my god.
I mean, I can read, but I
I
don't
think
know
he
who
was
it is.
a
Wrestler.
professional wrestler. Now he does the acting thing.
Okay.
He's actually got some pretty good movies out there.
Yeah.
This is I love the colors. Well, Soren, this is right up your boat.
I love the colors. I think it's an attractive car.
How does he's fit in this thing?
I have no idea.
There's no
Maybe
way.
that's why it's an X.
Well,
It's got a tiny door opening.
I kind of even don't hate the wood steering wheel in this instance. Although it is right-hand drive.
well, this was made after 1930, Soren. So you should hate this wood steering.
In this instance, I'm choosing not to hate it.
This is cool. You know, he's got some good taste.
He does. Yeah. That's lots of
Can we
cool
just
stuff.
look up John Cena so I know who that is? I feel like it's not entirely lacking relevance.
Okay.
That guy.
Okay.
No. I mean, I guess I haven't
Apparently his Diablo was up for auction.
seen the things he's in, I guess.
He's got good taste in cars.
That's a replica.
What?
That's what it says.
No way. Replica Lamborghini.
Maybe he's one of those guys who isn't actually all that huge. He's just
Yeah, he's pretty big.
he just looks like he's huge.
Oh, it's got a BMW V12 in it.
Huh.
I think we looked at one of these
Wow, we did. It's pretty convincing.
on Ferrari.
Whatever.
Ferrari, not a Ferrari.
Yeah, whatever that kit is.
Yeah, it is pretty convincing. And pretty nice looking.
Yeah. So he did Peacemaker,
Nope.
Jackpot,
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Ricky Stenicki.
Rick,
Yeah.
he's pretty good in Ricky's.
He's in this. He's one of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made an effort to forget that.
Apparently he's in one of the Fast and Furious.
Couple of them.
Oh yeah, Fast X and Fast 9.
I suppose that's sufficient, and we should get back to the main
He was in the Marine.
the main thing.
Argyle.
Freelance. Barbie.
Trainwreck.
Nope.
Daddy's Home.
Nope.
Daddy's
I did see
Home
Die
2.
Hard.
WWE Survivor.
Daddy's Home 2.
Sisters.
Yep. All right, we can stop this.
I wanted to know.
It's detracting from the
He was in Ready to Rumble.
from the main. I just wanted to
SummerSlam.
like see a picture of the guy, not like get his whole CV.
Wipeout.
Ooh, he was in Wipeout?
So do you know who he is now?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's still a cool car.
You asked the question.
Maybe he gets in
Uh-huh.
through the top
Take the
and
roof
sticks
off.
out the top.
He's lowered. He's got a guy with a truck
Yeah,
that follows
this all
him that
makes sense now.
hoists him in and out.
That's so cool. I love the wheels.
Yeah. There's really not much to complain about.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a neat car.
other than the
How
Jag.
much was it? 165.
That seems fairly good.
I mean, that's a lot, but
That's it's a pretty reasonable price. I mean, it's
that's a
a
cool
lot
car,
cheaper than a real XJ13.
right? Probably a lot better to drive too.
Probably. Maybe. Probably. All right. Ready?
I'm a yes if I have the money.
Oh, I'm a yes.
Yeah, I'm a yes.
Yep.
Bears easy on these.
You got to read it.
1870 Firebird Trans Am.
No,
Soren, your no.
I don't
It's
like
an automatic. That's a downside.
Oh,
those in general.
It's got headrests though.
Well, that's a plus.
oh, I forgot Soren's a headrest Nazi.
I don't think that's. I just don't like the idea of having my head broken off.
Well, what do you think's going to happen in a 19 whatever Accord?
Okay. At least I am getting my head broken off for looking awesome while it happens.
What do you
Where-
think that's
You will-
going to happen to the person driving this?
I think
will-
that
Break your neck when you get hit, and then when it rolls over, you'll be decapitated because you don't
and
have anything.
the steering column will go through my chest.
That's true. Yes.
And then your face will be implanted on the metal dashboard.
It will be applied to the metal dashboard. The metal dashboard will not care. All of those things are true, but that's a good looking car, and this is not.
This is a good looking car.
I think these look ridiculously bad.
That's a great looking car.
Well, it's a matter of opinion, and I don't share yours.
Yours is wrong though.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we know that.
I just feel like that shape represents everything that was bad about the 70s. Bell bottoms and Quaaludes and Jimmy Carter.
Quaaludes. That's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep, you're wrong.
Well,
Bear and I are right.
I can live with being wrong.
That's a winner.
Yep.
Next,
How much?
Next.
40 to 50 grand.
49.5.
Seems fair.
Seems what?
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, an ABBA.
Oh, where'd this come from?
Bring a trailer.
Porsche.
Huh. I like these and I like this color.
Eric CS is where it came from in Massachusetts.
That's a vibrant blue.
968?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I picked that one. I don't think we ever got the Club Sport.
Yeah, we never got anything cool.
No.
So that is a front-engined, water-cooled V8 Porsche.
Nope.
4-cylinder.
A big four cylinder.
So
Front-engined and water-cooled, though.
3-liter
Yeah.
front engine, water cooled 4-cylinder.
NA.
Yep.
In a very I am blue
I love it.
with matching seat.
Uh-huh.
I'm usually against having wheels that are color matched to a car.
Wow.
Unless it's that color.
It kind of works there.
220 pounds lighter than a regular 968.
You could have just not had somebody in there with you.
You could also not have somebody in there with you.
It's true. The steering wheel is awesome.
It's factory.
Yeah.
I just thought these were cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I think I like them way more than a 944.
Is that got a transaxle in the back still?
Yes.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just strange.
Why?
It's just strange.
Why?
I don't know why.
There's got to be a reason why you think it's strange.
Because normally, if the engine's in, you put the gearbox with the engine, and then you just have a diff back there.
Yeah.
I understand that Porsche's used to having a transaxle in the back because that's where the engine is.
Right.
It's just kind of strange that they went, even though we're going to put the engine in the front, we're just still going to do that in the back.
But it gives you more room in the interior.
Yeah. And
The
there's
tunnel doesn't need to be as big because there's no transmission there. And moves a bunch of weight.
Fair.
So it's not just because they normally have a transaxle.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just
I think you're saying it's bad.
unusual.
You sound like you hate it.
I don't hate it. I mean, I think the only downside to that I can see is that you got long shift linkage. but you would in anything that had a rear engine anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they figured out how to make that not suck.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line before they got to this car.
Probably.
I thought they did a good job. I mean, how long did they make that shell for?
Pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, they're good at that with the 911
right.
and the 928.
That's true.
What are you talking
928
about?
came out in 77
Yeah,
and made it to 96, I think.
yeah.
How long did they make that shell for?
I think around the
Probably
same,
about the same.
pretty close.
Well,
that
if you
started
count the
as a 920.
924,
Yeah.
then yeah,
So I think 924 came out in 75,
yeah.
I think.
944 was
83.
early 80s.
The 968's its own body, though, right?
No, I mean
No,
it's got bumpers and fenders on that are different.
But it's essentially a 924 or 944.
Yeah, the shell, like the doors and the shell and everything, are all the same.
basically firewall back, other than the taillights and the rear bumper.
Yeah,
Where does 928 fit into all that?
What do you mean?
it's the bigger brother to this.
It's a different car.
But somewhat similar in configuration.
Yeah.
Front engine, rear transmission.
Yep.
And a pretty similar shape, isn't it?
Similar. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, ish.
Ish.
all right.
Sold for 79,000.
I don't want one of those.
It seems
That
like
one's
a
pretty
good
cool
deal.
looking. If I did want one of those, then that would be a yes.
1,900 of them built.
I mean, that's the most bitchin' 944 you could probably ever have.
Yeah. Well, they did a 968 turbo.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, maybe.
That'd probably be the most bitchin' one.
Did you
You
put
think?
a turbo on that 968?
Maybe. I think they did. Wasn't it like an RS turbo?
It might have been Turbo S.
Turbo S. Yeah. So that's the most coolest one, I think.
The rarest car.
What does it say at the top there? Too good for its own good.
That's true. That's probably the best 944.
All right.
Next.
Whoa. This one was recommended to me.
Oh, I was there when it happened.
So 25 years owned, 88 M3 race car.
Looks like the right-hand side headlights have been turned into an intake.
Yep.
Which is odd. Unless there's an oil cooler there or something.
I'm assuming that that isn't a factory race car.
Yep.
Somebody just bought an M3 and turned it into a race car.
It's got a name dash.
Yeah.
Which seems to have
It just
negatively
has
impacted
a
its value.
roll. Not a roll cage. It's just a roll bar then.
No, it's got.
Oh, does it have door bars?
Yeah. It comes down through the dash.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it have a diamond plate floor?
Yeah. Floorboard.
Possibly.
Not the floor, but floorboards. 2.3 carbon intake.
Ooh.
Mtron ECU. Evo header.
Let's say 38.5.
Yeah.
So a good condition M3 from 1988 should go for way more than that.
Yep.
This one's a race car.
But that seems to have diminished its value.
Yeah.
It does.
That looks pretty good though.
I think I'm against it.
Against it.
I think I'm a no.
Why?
Because I think they took something that, as you would say, is the chariot of God, right? God's chariot,
God's chariot.
and kind of ruined it.
What?
Why is it ruined?
It's faster, lighter, stronger.
You can go race it.
More specific and less joyful.
I think he's just mad that the 8's upside down and the 7 doesn't match.
I
Well,
don't care for either of
I
those.
would have taken those off personally, but yeah.
I just think that I would prefer if it was just the way it came.
It's really not that much different.
It's a fair amount different.
Plus, I don't know if you heard, but it's got a carbon airbox.
Yep.
Well, you could have a carbon airbox on an otherwise street car.
Sure, but that's basically, you buy the carbon airbox, you get the car for free.
Did that have side exit exhaust?
Oh, I think it came out the back.
Did it?
Yeah. Bet his neighbors love him.
Especially with that long driveway.
Can he just roll down the driveway? Just put it
It
neutral?
looks like that's uphill.
It looks like that's downhill.
It's down
now it
to
is.
the garage. Cool little neighborhood.
Yeah, his neighbors hate his guts.
They might hit that guy with the Camaro too.
I feel like this is Pennsylvania, except it's got pine trees, so it's not bumping each other.
Oh, you had that.
Yeah.
I feel like he wasn't confident in the.
Now you're stuck
Clutching.
behind the Toyota.
Oh, flipping a bitch.
Intake sounds good.
It's a pretty short drive because he's going home now.
Fun little neighborhood.
I think he's trying to keep it under police response
crowd.
time.
Yeah.
That's gonna be noisy too. Yeah, he's got a Rivian,
Yeah.
so sometimes it's really quiet.
Yep. Oh, Bob's home.
Got something
Ooh,
else
he's
under
got
the cover there. Two something
got
else's.
a-
That
Three
is about
lips.
it. Fun.
I'm a no.
I'm a yes.
I mean, yes, 38.5. That'd
It's
be
a
right.
bargain.
I feel like it's an abomination.
Oh God. Why?
Is that why you don't like snowmen?
Why is it an abomination?
I told you already.
It's its homeland.
It's been ruinated.
It's the racetrack.
He just drove it on the streets. Just fine.
I can't take my race car on the racetrack and race it.
It's not a race car.
It is a race car
I know. We've had this discussion, and I don't want to have it again.
because you've admitted you're wrong.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to go with no thanks. And next, please.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, bid to 32.
What is it?
It is a 69 Chevelle Malibu Sport Coupe with 427 and a 4-speed.
Is that a big block?
Of course it is.
Oh, I don't know. You could maybe make a small block 427.
That's
I don't know.
true. And actually, I don't know that for sure, so we'll have to see.
The front seems too high.
Green on green.
I like it.
Green on green,
I mean, I like that.
and that is a big block.
Doesn't look very big to me.
Pretty big.
Clicky clack.
Clicky clack.
Got a clicky clack.
What does that mean?
Oh, it does.
What's a clicky
It
clack?
doesn't seem like clicky clack would be enough for that.
Well, it's
Just a clicky
just a small
clack.
block.
Well, it's a big block. There.
What's a clicky clack?
It's a fuel pump.
Is it actually called a clicky clack?
Yes.
Technically,
Why is it called a clicky clack?
sounds like a clicky clack.
These are here. Clicky clack.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Maybe it's a high flow clicky clack.
So it's a Malibu. It's a replica of an SS 396. It's a replica of a Yenko 427 Chevelle.
It's a replica of a replica?
Yeah, I believe so. It says Malibu Sport Coupe. So it's not a real SS. Although it says SS there. And it's not a real Yenko. Which says Yenko right there.
Huh.
So I guess I don't know on the price. The clicky clack makes me wonder.
I don't know.
You're a no? Even with the green on the green?
I like the colors. I kind of even like the wheels in that scenario, but I'm just a no.
Like the wheels. I think the body looks nice. I like the Yenko stripes. I think that always looks good.
Hmm.
And I had one of those. Also not a real SS, but a 69 Malibu Sport Coupe with an SS hood.
So
Those are the little scoops I was talking about. That when it backfired and set my Edelbrock air filter on fire, that's where the flames came out.
so
His little vents. It's like
I have cringy feelings about badging it as something it isn't,
okay.
but I'm maybe willing to forgive that if you're making a replica.
It looks like a pretty good replica
I really hate
on the
that front
outside.
license plate thing.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, you just take that off, but
Just take those off.
I feel like that's saying something that I don't like.
It's a really nice looking car.
Yeah. It's a nice car. I don't know that I like those that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It does seem to be really nicely done.
It does.
Not my favorite Chevelle.
Well, I guess I'm a yes at 32. And you two are no's.
No.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Last car.
Woo!
This.
Is my car, not
Yep.
your car.
No, I picked this one.
No, I picked this one.
Oh, okay.
Then you picked it.
He did.
And then I
You
picked
did
it
pick
again.
it first.
I did pick it first. I
Okay.
don't know what it is. Oh, it's a Datsun
L28
260Z with an L28 and a 5-speed
race car.
race car. And the Camel GT series, supposedly.
I like the Camel GT plate.
Oh.
Campaign by Bob Sharp.
No, it's built as a promotional pace car for the GTU class.
I mean, that's a hell of a pace car, if you ask me.
Oh, this is one of Adam Carolla's cars.
Oh, sweet.
I also don't know who that is, but I don't care.
Jesus. Bro.
I do not know who.
It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't
Are
matter.
you serious?
Yes.
Have you ever seen The Man Show?
No. I mean, a little bit, but I've never watched an episode.
Then how have you seen it?
It's come on when I've been places,
Yeah.
and I usually kind of leave at that point. Because it just strikes me as being coarse and unmanful.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, he's also a comedian and a race car driver
Great.
and a car collector
He's got lots of neat cars.
and a podcaster.
Yep.
I did preface that by saying, and I don't care.
Yeah, we got it.
You found out.
It's got 13-inch wide wheels in the back, Soren.
You know, I have things, but I don't want to say the things.
Yeah,
What?
we know.
What do you mean you have things when you don't want to say the things?
You don't like cool stuff. We know.
It's not my cup of tea. It's a little too 70s brown.
What?
It's a Datsun.
Look at that. You know, you're going through all these Japanese manufacturers and just slowly starting to
Right.
fall in love with them.
Yep.
And
you
you
are
can-
through most of them.
What?
You've
What do
got
you have left?
2 left. You've got Honda. and
You've had a Honda.
I have nothing against Hondas.
See?
Yeah, but he doesn't
He's owned a Honda.
Who owned
own
lots of
one, and he
Hondas?
doesn't.
He's owned lots of Hondas.
I would own a Honda again.
He would own a Honda again.
Why haven't you owned a Honda?
None of them. I haven't seen a Honda where I was like, ooh, I want that.
What Japanese cars does he have left?
He's got
Datsun.
Hondas and Datsuns,
He's had Hondas.
but he doesn't like them.
He just said he would own a Honda.
But he doesn't own anything.
He has.
There's a lot of things I don't own that I'd be willing
What
to
are you-
own.
He's the Honda things he's covered.
Okay,
He's a Honda fanboy.
so no, he's not.
I'm not at all convinced, Barry.
The only thing he likes from Honda are small engines.
I'm not at all. I do.
No.
I do have a lot of those. But
Yeah,
He would
generators.
do a
and
Honda
lawnmowers.
Acti.
and other things.
He had
I would do an
Accords
Acti. There's
and-
many Honda motorcycles that I like.
See?
He's never had an Acti.
He's a Honda guy.
I've owned an Accord. I've owned a Civic. I would
I've
probably
never even
own a
seen
Type
you in a
R.
Honda.
I like those.
The only thing left is a Datsun,
I would
right?
probably. You're not
Yeah.
letting me. You're not letting me finish. I would probably not own another Subaru,
Or Suzuki.
and I probably would not own another Toyota. They have both pissed me off. I'd own another Toyota truck, but I wouldn't own another Toyota non-truck.
So you need a Datsun.
So you're moving up.
I do not like the way Nissans are put together. I've worked on a lot of them.
It's the same as everything else.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Pretty much.
Nissan
Everything
is.
else you're working.
Nissans are built like Chryslers.
No, they're built
Nothing
like,
makes any goddamn sense. It's not good for manufacturing. It's not good for working on. There's no reason to have done it that way.
they're built
They
like
just did.
Mazdas and
Eric-
Toyotas.
Eric's 260Z had a reset button. How could you get more logical than that?
What did the reset button do?
It reset it, and then the car started.
Reset the ECU when it
I
got
don't know.
confused?
I don't think it had an ECU. It had triple.
Do you not like that?
No, I just don't.
I think that's super cool.
That's so bitchin'.
It's a type of styling that doesn't appeal to me,
Look how
in a
fat.
color scheme that doesn't appeal to me,
Dual
by a
exhaust.
manufacturer that I don't like.
Yeah.
Those
that
are
car's-
just personal
If
feelings.
that said Toyota on the back, you'd love it.
I wouldn't.
You would.
I would not hold that against it, but it still would be a type of thing I don't like in a color scheme that I don't like.
color scheme is awesome.
It's so
Color
good.
scheme is like ABBA
That is
in a laundromat in 1976, which
amazing.
is a thing that makes me not want to be alive.
And it's got the Fair Lady nose on it.
Yep.
Or whatever that was, we found out.
I was trying not to say anything bad about it.
What?
Were you?
Yeah,
Doesn't
Well, that's
seem
all
like
you've
you're-
been saying is bad
I was
things.
gonna say
that's all I've got.
you don't seem to have tried very
I said
hard.
I've got things and I don't want to say them, but you made me.
I didn't make you do anything.
You poked at me till I said them.
Nah. No, that car's cool.
It's way cool. So after Soren gets over his Boss Mustang phase, he's going to go into Datsuns.
You know, I'm not going to say that won't happen because that's you never know in life. I don't say I would never anymore because I don't tempt fate.
Because you've done things, haven't you?
Well, there was a time when I said I'd never own a motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, I think it's unlikely.
To own a Boss Mustang or to own a Datsun?
Well, I think it's unlikely that I'll own a Boss Mustang, but I think it's unlikely that I'll want to own a Datsun or a Nissan.
This is one to want. This is cool. And
Yeah.
it's from the Adam Carolla collection.
Which means absolutely nothing to me at all.
Sure.
I think for his stuff, it means he put the money in to make them really good and nice.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's
He
been well
owns
taken care of.
a lot of Datsuns, which is
Is that
probably
kind of the
why you
equivalent-
don't know him.
Is that kind of the equivalent of if Jay Leno owned a car, it was well taken care of?
I would say, yeah.
Sure. Maybe not quite to that level, but
Probably similar to
pretty
that.
close.
Well, I'm just saying, is it similar in that you can reasonably assume that it's been done pretty well and seen to?
Pretty cool car. I
Yeah.
think he's started getting into Porsches.
Yeah.
I think that's why some of the Datsuns have gotten sold off.
Yeah.
Because they are not as good. Because
Well,
his
he's been
taste
there,
has
done that.
matured.
He's owned a lot of Paul Newman stuff
Yeah.
and a lot of
Bob Truck
really,
stuff.
really cool. Yeah. Nissan Datsun.
All right. I'm a yes.
I'm a yes. I don't even care how
No.
much it is. Only 80
I
grand.
think 80 grand is a pretty solid price.
That's cheap.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint.
No, you're not disappointed.
No, you're just disappointing.
That's what I said. I'm sorry to disappoint.
Okay. Thanks for watching.
Not that terrible disappointment.
Leave comments.
Subscribe.
Tell Soren that he's wrong about
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
With being told you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't seem like it earlier, but okay.
Well, I don't like you guys telling me I'm wrong
Oh,
because
you're just random strangers on the internet.
random
You're
strangers could tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because you guys know that I'm not.
We know that you are.